Hi, Dave here tonight with you. Want to show you some major scale study. In the past I showed you the major scale going up the fretboard on one string. Alright, so there's the major scale on one string going through one iteration of it or up to the next octave. And tonight what I want to show you is the major scale played in position. There's several ways to play the major scale. This is the way a lot of jazz musicians play the major scale, is in position, because all they have to do is look over at the player next to them, and if they see their hand in one position and it's not moving up and down the fretboard, it means they're staying in position and they can pretty much stay in sync with each other. So it's a good visual reference too when you're playing with other musicians to play in position. And position means that you're not going to move your hand. The hand doesn't move up and down the fretboard. The hand stays in position and only the fingers move. So, something like that. So I'm going to play the major scale here in A. We're going to go ahead and count it out. It's good to count it out too, to count out the notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the 8th is the octave, so that's the same as the first. So that starts over again. And in position it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I've hit the other octave. And recognize here too that you've got the low E string and the high E string. So A here is also A here. So that's going to be your starting and ending point for the major scale. And then from there you can lead in to the next iteration of it, going up the string. So now I've gone up 3 octaves from my original starting point. I went all the way across the fretboard in position and then up the fretboard. And then it could start over from there again and go up until infinity if your fretboard was long enough. The other thing to remember about the major scale too is once you have the pattern down, you can easily play it in a different key. In this particular example, I'm showing you how to play it in A. If you wanted to play it in G, you just move back to the 3rd fret, from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret, and you're playing in G, and you play the same pattern. Okay. Or you can move it up to the B on the 7th fret. So I'm going to get up close here and I'm going to show you the pattern of it and playing it in position, and we'll play it out of A. So there it is, just going through 1 octave. Now I can take it up from there. Here's the octave of that note there, which is A. And I can take it from there and in position and take it up the next octave. So that pattern is a little bit harder to learn than the first one. You learn the first one first, and then you learn the second one. And then you can string them together. Okay, so there's the major scale in position. Practice your scales, it's really important. There's some good websites out there that have scales. Just Google scales and get them, count them out in your head when you're playing them. So count them, and also draw your own diagrams of them and study them. It's important. Okay, bye.